Hey, it's Emily from Emily Plans Life, and today I'm going to go over my 2026 planner lineup and set up that Frankenplanner. Okay, so for 2025, let me just show you what I've been using really quick. I have like this inbox section in the front. Mostly this is like pre-planning kind of stuff. I track live CE opportunities, and then I have all these pre-planning pages. For the most part, that's staying. And then I have a main section. This is my catch-all planner, and this is a horizontal. So in 2024, I used checklist. This year I used horizontal, and then 2026, I'm going back to dashboard. It just works for me, and I think it's the best. So I'm going back to it. I'm excited. My next section is health. I have been using the parenting layout from Happy Planner. I really like how this is set up because, let me show you. I have some goal pages that I don't always fill in, but I like to. And then I really like the layout here. I've been losing weight over the past year, and so I keep track of like health stuff, workouts, protein, stuff like that, my steps, daily steps. Next year, I kind of want to do a little more, I don't know, like, I don't know if mental health is the right thing, but just kind of like a fuller picture, I guess, of health, not just physical parts. So I got a couple things to help work on that. And then I also use a little tracker where I track all of my movement for the year. This has been really cool to see. The next section is a crafty section where I just add whatever paper I need in there at that time. Whatever I've got going on, like I don't actually use a planner for this section. And then I have been keeping up with a bookshelf for the past few years. That's changing this coming year because I'm actually going to make a little reading journal. So let me know in the comments if you have a reading journal, what you do with it. I may show like a little put together of this. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it, but I do have some ideas made out. So I won't need this sheet anymore. Right now it's December. I'm working on December daily. So I've got my list here. And then any sort of like Patreon things that I'm in, if I paid for an event and, you know, have videos to watch, that sort of stuff, it all goes in here. For the home section, I have a new recipe sheet, which I don't know what happened this year, y'all. Like, I really felt confident when I made this, but I didn't make barely anything. So I do need to make a new recipe tracker for the year because it's fun to fill that out when I have one. And then I also had like a pantry inventory. I've got a new one printed here. This is actually going to be for 2026. And then projects, got some project papers, all kinds of stuff back here. And then my last section is notes. In the past, I've just had blank note paper in here, but I'm going to put a couple different things in here. So on to showing you, let me show you first what I'm using. So this is an 18-month planner. It's this is a cover. I don't even know. Maybe this is a checklist. I'm not sure. But I actually used an undated planner that was a dashboard that I got from Happy Planner. And I just made, I used all the gorgeous seashell dividers and then put in calendars for the months that I had them. And then these were from something else. So like I just glued this sheet to the back of the first week that I'll need. Looks like I got a bonus right there. Let's take that out. So this will be my catch-all main planner. I'm still using that parenting layout for wellness, health, all that kind of stuff. And I have went ahead and selected some discs and a cover. This is a Kelv Plan cover. It's real pretty, and I like to use these seashell ones. Or no, these are not seashells. Just kidding, guys. They're snowflakes. So I like to use those in January. Some things I'll be moving over from my Frankenplanner current one. So let's start with the name page and everything from the catch-all. So I wanted to see if I could use this cover, because I love the seashells. Like, they're so pretty. So I just want to see how this fits inside the Kelva Plan cover. I wanted to see if it does kind of stick out a little bit. We'll go with it for now, but if it bugs me, then I may end up taking that out. We'll see. Okay. All right. The cover page I did decorate just a little bit this year, or for 2026. In 2025, I had decorated a whole lot, and that was super fun, but just wanted to try something different this year. And I also I didn't use the perpetual calendar in 2025, and I kind of missed it. So this year I have really thought about how I wanted to use it. And I really like what I came up with. So these green dots are paid holidays at my work. The kind of like light grayish purple ones are birthdays, and then these darker purple ones are confirmed, like days off, vacation, that sort of thing. So I really like, I can look through that because I never can remember exactly which days are paid holidays at work and stuff like that. And then this way I can just look at this and know exactly. Like I mentioned in a previous video, like previous setup video, I have been using this productivity sheet for a few years now. This is the one I've been using. So when I was thinking about setting up 2026, I really knew that I needed to go through this because life changes, things that I was part of back then, I'm not, and just really needed to make a new one. So I brainstormed on this, and then now I have a monthly task, weekly task, and daily task list that if I feel a little lost in planning or just don't know what to do, I can come right back there. The next section is going to be, I call it inbox because frankly, that's just what I had on, that I already had printed out. But this is where I keep running to-do lists, things that are, anything that's kind of going on. I keep my pre-planning sheets here. So let me go ahead. I grabbed one of these monthly lists to use this time for for CE opportunities. So I'll be using that. That's something I have to do for work to keep my pharmacy license active. I have to do continuing education. So this helps me keep up with the live opportunities that I have. And let's see here. These pages can stay here. I am going to need a sheet right here for a running to-do list. So let me see what I have. I have a bunch of lined papers here on some expander discs. Oh, these are new. These say getting shit done. So funny. Okay, so we'll put that right there. And then this one says productive AF. So those are from the new mood collection, maybe? I can't remember what they called it at Happy Planner. So I'll put these right here in the front, and that will be my new to-do list for January. And then after my pre-planning sheets, what comes next is my main planner. And this is just I call it my catch-all. It's just my schedule, things like that. So I'm gonna pull this out. I just put 1 month in at a time. I have thought about maybe doing the next month too, but I'll definitely have to set this up and see if I'm going to have room for that before I commit. Okay. Health is next. And I'll go to the parenting layout and pull out January. And then at the back of this section is where I keep the movement tracker. So let me find that. A lot of these things I've just been kind of sticking in the front of another planner just so I can kind of keep up with them. All right, so let me move this. So I've already got this labeled with what worked for me this year. Strength training, walking, and then other. And sometimes other is like vacation days, or like if we're at an amusement park or something like that and I'm walking 20,000 steps, I'm not going to be exercising that day. All right, so as far as wanting to kind of focus on health as more of a holistic view, not just physical health, I found this guided journal. And this is, I'm not real good at guided journals, guys. Like, I want to be. I think they're really fun, but I don't use them. So this one's nice because it has a month goal, and then it actually had like 4 different weeks of daily stuff. I know myself, I'm not going to do this daily. It's just not going to happen. But there is enough here for me to do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This actually said this week's priorities, so I'm just going to use it as a continuation of the monthly stuff and try to fill this out once or twice a week. That's enough. 7. I think that'd be great. That's 7 more than I'm doing now, right? So yeah, we'll work with that. I also do like these affirmations. Let me see. I think I'll put them, maybe I'll just put them at the ends because that way I can find it really easily. And then the next section is crafts. I just use this same, it's like an old divider, and I just use this all the time because they're doing cute crafty things. This is not something that I really need to add anything into right this second because I'll just add as I need something. The next section is home, and I've got the meal section here, the projects, and I also am adding in a bill tracker this year. So this is something that I haven't done in the past. Let me see, where do I want that? So this is something I'm gonna fill out once a week. I'm just gonna like check up on those items. So I kind of like, maybe I like this projects divider at the very beginning, and then meal plans after that, and then I'll just put the bill tracker at the end. That way I can find it. And then notes. This is where I'm going to put some trackers that I made in a video that may not be up yet. It's happening soon. Okay, so I have some sheets for tracking things that happen in Orlando because we're pass holders at the parks down there. I have one for Dollywood here in Tennessee, and then this is new. I made a TV show tracker and a movie tracker. So I'm going to put these in here. Put the TV shows in the front because I'll access that one probably more often than others. And then I don't keep a ton of blank sheets in here, but I do have a couple of like daily and then a couple weekly some lined paper, and then my little swatch sheet. Okay, so let's see how thick she is right now. Okay, so I mean, that's really not bad. Like, that's very comfortable. I actually kind of think I have room for that second month. I guess maybe I'll think about it, because I mean, it kind of sounds cool to have that in there, but at the same time, I'm not sure exactly what I would be putting there. So we'll think about it. Okay, so let's do a really quick flip through. I did make a list of all the things that I wanted, so I just want to make sure I've got all those things where I said I wanted them. Not that I've ever forgotten anything. I'm sure you can relate. Okay, so in the front, we've got super cute name page, a few little stickers on there, my perpetual calendar, and then my productivity sheet. That totally works. My inbox has got my running to-do list, current items I'm working on, live CE, and then my pre-planning calendars. These are from the Scrappy Wife, by the way, if you're interested or if you need some more of those. I had some similar ones from Happy Planner like a million years ago, but I already used those up. Under main, I just have my catch-all, and again, going back to dashboard this year. In health, I've got the parenting layouts. I've got my movement tracker. I've got the little mental health wellness thing, and then the affirmations. In crafts, I don't have anything in there. Well, I got this cute divider, but I don't have anything in there yet because I don't have anything to put in there yet. And then in the home section, I've got my meals, got those back here. I do need to make the new recipe sheet. So this was from 2025. Oh, put that back. So I do need to make that new recipe sheets, and then I've got the bill tracker here. And actually, on my list here, maybe this makes more sense. I think I'm going to. On my list, I actually had listed to put the TV show tracker here because this is the home section, and I'm obviously watching TV at home, so that makes sense. Okay, and then under notes, we've got our cute divider, pre-planning sheets for Orlando, Dollywood, and some blank paper. So I think I'm very set, with the exception of this new recipe sheet. So I'll make one of those, and I'll mark that this was 2025. Okay, guys, so let me know how your setup is going. If you have any questions, let me know. And if you don't already, hit subscribe so you can see when I've got new stuff coming out. Have a great day. Thanks.